Hello everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome to my Java tutorial series. All the source code for each video tutorial is located on my website at javacjava.com. Throughout my tutorials, I will teach you Java using just Notepad and the command prompt. Today's tutorial is basically going to be an introduction to the string class. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my website here, javacjava.com, and hit the begin button. I'm going to scroll down here to the string intro tutorial. And basically Java is a strongly typed language. Java data types directly describe what the identifier's data will hold. Various data manipulations can be performed based on the data that type the identifier is declared as. There are two categories of built-in data types. The 8 primitive data types, which we went over a few in previous tutorials, and the object-oriented data types. This tutorial will introduce you to one of the most commonly used object-oriented data types, the string class. I will teach objects in a later tutorial, so don't worry about understanding what they are just yet. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll down here. I'm just going to copy and paste this whole section here so you don't have to watch me type that in for 5 minutes. Hit Control-C to copy, or just right-click to select copy. Go ahead and minimize this, get it out of the way. We'll go down to Start and then Search. Type in CMD. If you're running Windows 7 or previous, you can type in Start Run, type in CMD for the command prompt. Okay, when the command prompt opens up, first thing you want to do is just type in Java C. And if you see a whole bunch of stuff scroll across the screen like this, then you have installed the Java development kit properly. If it gives you like an error message there, then go ahead and review my installation of the Java JDK, Java Development Kit tutorial for instructions on how to get that done all right. Okay, so we're typing cd space \. CD is short for change directory, / tells us to go to the root. Then we're going to do an MD, which is short for make directory Java. I already have it here, so it's going to tell me it exists. But if you don't, it'll go ahead and create it. We're going to go ahead and cd, change directory to the Java. We're going to make a folder called string intro. And we're going to go ahead and change to that folder as well. Type in notepad, stringintro.java. Stringintro.java, of course, is going to be our source code file, also known as a compilation unit. It must always end in Java extension, no spaces, case sensitive. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit Control-V to paste that, or you could right-click on there and select paste. Okay, so basically what we've got our class definition of string intro with our code block there. We've got our main method entry point here. And I have declared basically 6 strings here, right? So we've got the string class, which is which will declare this variable as s1 equals, and then we've got basically this simple little string here. All this stuff is fairly self-explanatory here. String s2 equals this, s3 equals s1 plus s2, and then we got this s4 string with the numbers 0 through 9 in it. And then we've got a bunch of spaces, car, a bunch of spaces, and pet. And then we've got an integer declaration right here. This, of course, by default will equal 0. Now we're going to go ahead and print out some stuff there. So what we're going to see here is we're going to call, of course, the print line method here. Just stringing together S1 and S2, and then printing out, displaying S3 as well. Then we'll display the length of S3, and then we'll, and so what you're seeing here is something new if you've been watching my tutorials. You got this dot length, and this is where string becomes what's called an object. So anytime you have an object in Java, it'll typically have methods associated with it that perform some sort of data manipulation or return some sort of pertinent value, which is exactly what this is. So up here we have our string data type, which is an object, and we have our variable name, and we have initialized it to the value of S1 and S2. Okay, so in the string data type, there are a whole lot of various different methods. I'm just going to go over with just a few today that'll get you kind of comfortable and see how some of this stuff works there. Okay, so .length will display the length of S3. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and save this here. Type in JavaC for the Java compiler. Pass it the compilation unit, source code file. Compile it. We'll type in Java string intro. String intro, we're going to call the main method of the string intro class that we just made here. We're going to invoke it, I guess, is the more proper terminology. Okay, so as you can see, the string class has many methods, which is exactly what we're expecting for S1 and S2 strung together, and S3, the same thing there. So the length displays 34. That's how many characters there are in the S3 string. Char@, this particular method, you can pass it an argument or a parameter of the character that you want to display. Okay, so you can see we pass it the character at index position 2, right? And you can see that's E, right? So over here we have T, H, E, and then you're going, well, we said to display the second character. How come it is displaying H? Well, that's because all the index positions in any string begin at the number 0, okay? But you can see down here at the next one here, exact same char@, function. We want to see what's in basically the 0 position index. It's technically the first one there, but so you can see here's the uppercase T right here. So when we count that out, 0, 1, 2, that's why you see the E displayed down here. So just something to keep in mind, that when you're pulling a particular character out of a string, its index begins at 0. Okay, the next one next method I'm going to show you for the string class is substring. Okay, and basically you tell it the starting index and the ending index. Okay. Now, I've got a little comment in here. Substring includes the first index character up until, but not including the last index character. Okay? So we're going to look at the S4 string here. And so what our output should be is this is of course the 0 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3, which is exactly why I structured this way. So we're expecting to see 3, and then you might think, because you see the 8 down here for the ending character, that it would include the 8, but it doesn't, as a matter of fact. It will only be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as you can see what we have displayed there. So it's a little confusing. I'm not entirely sure why they structured it that way, but that is the way the substring function works. If you only want character number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, you got to tell it 8 for some reason. Anyway, here's another very simple method, uppercase and lowercase. Right? So as you can, it keeps popping out on me there. Okay, so you see here's all uppercase, and that's all to lowercase. And then you can see what the trim method does here. We've got the S5 string value as this, and then when we trim it out and then place it next to that, of course the result is carpet. So now, all in all, the string class is fairly simple. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this, close out of that, and get the website out of the way here. So yeah, basically on this tutorial, I wanted to give you like an introduction to the string class. And in a future tutorial, I'll discuss the string class more in depth. At a first glance, the string class seems fairly simple, but in truth, the string class has certain limitations and memory-based complications that you need to be a little bit more advanced in the Java language to fully understand. So that concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching.